Hello and welcome to the best Forest of Valor build you will literally ever see in your whole entire life. That may be an over-exaggeration, but I'm really extremely happy with how my Forest of Valor turned out, and I hope to inspire you with this video. Let's get started. It is pretty great, isn't it, Eric? So, you walk in, and before I reveal anything, let's just admire this beautiful iron arch that you can make at the crafting table. Oh my gosh, and he even gives us some music. Alright, here we go. You walk into the entrance to the Forest of Valor from the plaza, and you immediately come to this beautiful pathway. Now, I made my path out of rocks and pathing that you can make in the crafting table. It uses a lot of soil and a lot of hardwood, so you can bet your bottom dollar I was grinding for hardwood. This was probably the hardest thing, even worse than Minnie's quest of collecting 200 clay. This was the absolute worst, but I can tell you it was worth it. You turn to the right down this path, and you are immediately greeted by the elegant gazebo that you can also make at the crafting table. And everything else around here you are able to get at Scrooge's shop.
You are a sight for sore eyes.
Oh my god, Kristoff, I'm blushing. All of these items here, the books, the whatever this is, the music player, plays music. You can get that at Scrooge's. You can get the table at Scrooge's. You can get this globe at Scrooge's, as well as the piano and the chair. I originally wanted the piano to be under the gazebo, but for some reason you can't put the piano directly center under the gazebo, so I just put it off to the side. I didn't want to have it offset all the way to the back of the gazebo, so I figured I'd just throw the table down there and throw some decoration items on there as well. You'll notice that around the valley, or not around the valley, around the Forest of Valor, I'm allowing my flowers to grow freely and to grow where they will naturally spawn. I kind of like the spontaneity of where the flowers are spawning. I think it kind of just adds to the build. And we continue on this path to Goofy's stall. He has his little bike to get here for work. Goofy's stall, as well as a little picnic area, and of course we gotta have trash cans because save the earth. I did utilize the lampposts that you can make in the crafting table. I made a bunch of those and scattered those around the Forest of Valor. And if y'all want to see how this build looks in the evening, I will be offsetting the time later on in the video to show y'all what the forest looks like in the evening. I actually started this build with Goofy's house. I set Goofy's house here and I was like, I'm going to build around this. So I did. I set Goofy's house there. I put the little memory totem here, a little bear chair. And then I put the blanket fort that you can get from one of Woody's quests down as well. And then I put Buzz's house right next to Goofy's because I felt like it feels like Goofy's RV, right? It feels like this is Goofy's campsite and he brought his RV, or this is the side of his house, whatever, but this feels like a decoration item and not like somebody's home. And that's what I like most about this, is it feels like this is Goofy's little campsite area. We got the outhouse, we got the picnic table with some food on there. We got a fish sandwich, a PB&J, and some boba. Got some wood, got the guitar going, and then the little grill, the little campsite area here. So that's what I got going for Goofy's and Buzz's house. And we walk over to Mickey's. Also, that well at the beginning there, that blue well with the blue roof, that you can also make at the crafting table. If you walk over to Mickey, who is Goofy's next door neighbor, we have a little seating area with some books. And this always makes me anxious because when it rains, I'm like, oh no, there's books out in the rain. How could I have ever done this? But, you know, decoration comes at a cost, and rain is one of them. Come over here, And I scattered some coffee bushes. I have blueberry bushes and gooseberry bushes. I scattered different types of bushes around just to kind of give a little bit of variance with color schemes and different types of greens. And I think it worked out really nicely. You'll notice that I am reusing a bunch of different furniture. I don't have a lot of furniture in game yet, so I'm reusing items just to fill space, because as you can notice, the more, the better. Things that look cluttered look great when it comes to this game. And I don't know how to explain it past that, but clutter, 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 as long as you make the items look good around each other, your spaces are going to look fantastic. Before we go to Mickey's yard, I want to bring your attention to our little candy cart. We're selling some candy apples and some cookies, so if you want either or, make sure you say something in the comments. We got a little wagon, and I utilized the barrels that you can make at the crafting table. So all of this, including the wood stack back there, the barrels, the cart, and this stall, you can all make at the crafting table. And then I used one of the leaf rugs. I've actually used a couple of the leaf rugs around this area just to kind of make it look like a pile of leaves have fallen from the various trees that are around. So we come around this corner and we have Mickey's front yard. We have the little Mickey statue, we have the broom, we have some pots, some clay pots over there. The clay pots you can actually make at the crafting table. And I'm just trying to let y'all know where I've gotten certain items from, whether I can create it at the crafting table or I have purchased them from Scrooge. And some of the items I have gotten from quest lines, so I may make a mistake whether or not I got it from Scrooge or a quest line. But if I say I've gotten it from Scrooge, that just means it either came from Scrooge, a quest line, and not the crafting table. I will always specify if I've made something at the crafting table. We come over here, we got Mickey's little motorcycle because he's a cool guy. We have one of the main chests that link to the chest that we have in our house for storage. Got a little picnic table, a guitar, some food on the table. And you come over here, these crates you can make at the crafting table. Everything else in this area besides the white picket fences, I have purchased from Scrooge. We come over here, and I used a lot of the landscaping furniture, so rocks, bushes, foliage, trees. I used all of that just to kind of fill in the area and make it look like a forest, and that we've kind of cleared a path through the big foresty areas. And I did utilize the white picket fences just to fill in space, really, and they ended up looking really nice wherever I put them, so I'm leaving them because they look great. And we want to run over here real quick. This is our entrance from Dazzle Beach, so it's very similar to our entrance from the plaza. And we have our little seating area. And it is going to chime just for us because it is on the hour. Couldn't have timed that better if I tried. We have a little seating area with a ton of books, and I did put another piano over here with the same lampposts, light posts that we made at the crafting station that I showed earlier. I did put a bunch of these different flower assortments, both the round and the rectangular, around the seating area, and it is consistently around the area, and those you can make, these right here, you can make in the crafting table as well, the rounds and the rectangulars. This rustic tower, clock tower, the rustic clock tower, you can also make at the crafting table. This is the clock tower that we got from Minnie's quest to gather 200 clay, and it was a pain in everybody's butts. I also put this cute little coffee table, coffee station, right next to the clock tower. And the floor that I used is, I believe it's called Rocky Terrain, and I purchased the flooring from Scrooge. It comes in a little square, so the squares are about this big, and you can kind of see where they start and stop. So like this is in between. And I just rotated them around so they didn't look super cookie cutter, and placed them in this area just to separate it from the wooden path, to kind of give it a distinct cutoff. If we walk over here, we used the big fountain that doesn't actually fountain. This is actually, I believe, the biggest fountain that you can make in the game. I also used the crafting table to make the fountain. Used the crafting table to make this flower pot and benches. And I used the crafting table to make these barrels. The guitar I purchased from Scrooge. And the books, I'm pretty sure I stole them from Merlin's front yard. I used bushes to separate this area from the rest of the forest. Instead of breaking off into a path-like area, I wanted to really utilize the bushes and make this place feel like a garden getaway for my villagers. We come over here, we have some sacks laying around, if you've noticed those, and those are, you're able to make those in the crafting station as well. And then, of course, more barrels. I've utilized the spike a couple times in this area just because I think the spike is super cute. And I lined this with the Forest of Valor flowers as well. And then in the background, you can kind of see bears here and there. I wanted it to look like a forest, so I kind of wanted it to look like I had bears. And I also utilized a lot of the rocks and trees and bushes. So as you can see, for the pathing, I lined my path with Forest of Valor rocks. I used the rock cluster as well as the small rock, and I just kind of arranged them along the lines. I placed the rocks down first, and then I put the pathing down after. I used the rocks as an outline, so it was kind of like all I had to do was color in the lines with the pathing, but it did take a very, very long time to get all of the hardwood that I needed for this pathing. If you're looking on a detailed version of how I made this path along with a small tutorial, I will be making another video, and I'll make sure to link it in the bio as soon as it's ready and on YouTube, just so y'all can see and get some inspiration with how I made this pathing. But that's it, friends. This is my Forest of Valor, and it took me forever. So please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because it's all a free way to support the channel, and it helps my channel grow. And I'm really just trying to share with the world my Disney Dreamlight Valley builds. And if this has helped you get some inspiration with how you want to do yours, I would love to hear about it. And make sure to join us at twitch.tv/AthenaBean for live decorating, because I'm obsessed with this game and I can't stop playing it, and we would love to have you while we are decorating our valley. Well, friends, thank you so much, and remember, you're awesome. Thanks for hanging out.